She was 8 months pregnant, barefoot, shivering beneath an overpass in the middle of a freezing storm. Her hands were purple, her lips cracked. Her baby kicked inside her like it was fighting to survive. Dozens of cars drove by. No one stopped, until a black Rolls-Royce slammed its brakes. Out stepped a man in a tailored coat, diamond cufflinks, and fury in his eyes. Without a word, he took off his coat, wrapped it around her shoulders, and said 5 words. "You're coming home with me." But what he did next would shock the entire city. Jackson Wolf didn't believe in fate. Everything in his world was calculated: investments, mergers, people. But that night, fate made him stop. He was returning from a brutal meeting. His latest acquisition had backstabbed him, costing millions. His driver was silent. Jackson was deep in thought, fists clenched. Then, a flash of color. The roll slowed. Jackson turned his head and froze. There, under the bridge, was a girl, no older than 25. Dirty blanket, torn hoodie, belly swollen with life, and eyes completely empty. Jackson's mother had died giving birth to his sister on a sidewalk. He had sworn never to feel that helpless again. "Stop the car," he growled. His driver blinked. "Sir? I said stop. The damn car." He got out and walked toward her. Her fingers trembled as she shielded her belly. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said, removing his coat. "I don't need anything," she muttered, voice cracking. "Yes, you do," he said softly. "You need someone who gives a damn." She looked up. Their eyes met, and something shifted. She didn't speak much on the way to the house. Her name was Ellie, and she hadn't eaten in 2 days. When she stepped into Jackson's penthouse, it was like walking into another universe. Marble floors, fire-lit walls, gold-framed everything. But Ellie didn't look impressed. She looked terrified. He showed her to the guest room. She hesitated. "Why are you doing this?" He didn't answer at first. Then, "Because someone like you once saved someone like me." The next morning, Jackson had his private chef make breakfast. But Ellie refused. "I'm not a project," she said. "You don't have to fix me." Jackson leaned on the kitchen island. "I'm not trying to fix you. I'm trying to make sure your baby survives." Tears welled up in her eyes. Her story poured out. How her boyfriend left when he found out she was pregnant. How she lost her job. How shelters were full. How the streets took everything except her baby's heartbeat. And Jackson listened. Not like a CEO. Not like a savior. Like a human. That night he knocked on her door with something small in his hand. A tiny blue blanket. "It was my sister's," he said. "She never made it." Ellie broke down. She didn't cry for herself. She cried for him. Two broken souls, in a house full of silence. And somehow the silence started to feel warm. Weeks passed. Jackson hired doctors to check on Ellie and the baby. He bought her maternity clothes, set up a nursery, even asked his assistant to find her favorite childhood books. But the biggest change wasn't in the house. It was in him. He started canceling meetings, taking calls from home, cooking with her, laughing. The man who once believed emotions were weakness now found strength in watching Ellie smile. Then one evening, she went into labor. There were no nurses, no doctors, just her, Jackson, and panic. He held her hand the whole time, whispered, "You're stronger than anyone I've ever met." And when her son was born, screaming, healthy, beautiful, Jackson didn't let go. He held the baby like it was his own, because in that moment, it was. A week later, Ellie found an envelope under her pillow. Inside, a deed to a house, a college fund, a note. "You gave me a reason to come home again. Let me be yours if you'll have me." Jackson. She ran into the living room, heart pounding. "You're serious?" He turned around, holding the baby. "I've never been more." And in front of the fireplace, still in her hospital socks, she kissed the man who saved her without ever trying to own her. She walked into his life with nothing but a heartbeat and gave him back everything he never knew he'd lost.